Troy.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Caden, right?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for meeting with us. We've been just kind of thinking about this. We're just trying to get things settled. How are you doing? How's the family? How's the week been going?
Week's been good. Another busy week. Lots of stuff going on, but I mean, it's work. It's good.
Hey, work is always good. Making money, that's important.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get started, I just kind of wanted to see where you guys are coming from on this. What are you guys looking to get out of this?
Yeah, so in this deal is what we'd really like to just get you guys here in the mall, bring the customers to you. Hopefully we'll be able to, work out this deal because I heard that it has been kind of a trouble spot, but I'm sure that we can work something out. It's mutually beneficial. We'll help solve both our goals, and that we'll be able to walk out of this as a win-win.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what we want to. We want a win-win. It has been a little difficult just because, just some of the things have been so concrete and not being able to shift a little bit.
Right.
But there's definitely some things that we're willing to do if you guys are willing to make some changes as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're here.
Okay.
We're ready to do anything.
Perfect.
So
do you guys have any questions to start out for me?
Yeah, I mean, as far as discount, in the contract, the Article 22, the thing that we were most nervous about was having you jump ship.
Okay.
And just, we just had that thought that, hey, discount, they can just jump ship and then we lose our financing. Because that's what we need you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so another thing is kind of as discount, what are some of the things that you guys are looking to do here?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Well, like you guys have asked us to do, we'd obviously be in that soft goods business, obviously with those things. And, that's going to be obviously where we're at for those first couple of years. We're also, as you know, a company that develops and always just kind of one step ahead of everybody else, as you know. So we're very popular. We're a reliable company. I would never say that we'll be, skipping out on you guys. I feel like we'll be here for the long run if we can find that agreement on a deal.
Cool.
What we have planned to do is, just obviously get the most out of this 84,000 square feet that we can get out of it. So that's what we're looking to do here. So just make the most out of it, and being able to be successful.
Yeah.
And, obviously grow.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for too. Just to make the most of our investment.
Okay.
And so that's why we love that you guys are coming here.
Yeah.
And so we've offered you kind of that lower discount and stuff. What kind of plans do you guys have for it? To making the most of it? Are you thinking about putting in more items, or what kind of plans do you guys have?
Okay, yeah. So you guys told us that you kind of want us to stay mostly on soft goods. That's correct.
Yeah. We feel and this is kind of a judgment on us. We would just kind of put ourselves in your shoes and said, if we were discount, what would we make a lot of returns on? Probably those soft goods. We're right in the middle of Boston, North Fork, so we figured soft goods might be a good bet.
And I completely understand that. And we understand that obviously in a mall situation, consistency is key. So you're bringing, you want to develop especially in the startup, you want to develop a customer, how do you say that? A specific customer that's going to keep coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we get that. And obviously, that discount has always been, like I just said, kind of somebody who's one step ahead.
Right.
So we're just kind of the lack of flexibility is intimidating, I guess, a good word. We're just looking to make sure that we can be able to keep expanding as a company. Because if we play now, then we have no room to go up, which is kind of sad because if we're behind what everyone else is doing, just because we've put ourselves in this position, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for us to make that or take that next step. And you can understand that. But yeah, so are you guys wanting to put it down that we can only do soft goods, or do you guys looking to make us want us to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's something that I was thinking about. So looking at the Article 22, I mean, it's fine. I know it's standard for you guys as company. I was just thinking, we might have a solution to that would solve both our problems, kind of give you the flexibility to have different goods, and then give us kind of the reassurance that you guys won't be dipping out or anything like that. And so what we wanted to throw in there was a non-competition clause.
Okay.
So that would limit the stores around you to not have competing products basically.
Okay, for sure.
So they might have some soft goods, but nothing that would directly compete with you guys and like bring down your profits a lot to a reasonable extent,
Yeah.
right? And then that'd be probably one of our biggest things. I know this is standard, like this Article 22 has been such a problem.
Yeah.
It's been standard in your company. How have you guys worked that out with other, malls and
With other places that we've been?
Yeah, because that's one that we were like, whoa. But what are some of the other solutions that you guys have found with
So obviously we found certain solutions where it involves like us being able to completely, just like do our business.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like not, that competition clause and those kinds of things. Those are important, obviously. But obviously, we are discount. We're discount.
Right.
Like nobody is better than discount right now. And that is because we have been able to show that this is our product and like it's our product and we want to be able to develop it and like we don't want anyone to be able to show that like we have that constraint to where we can't do certain things with our product. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And that flexibility makes it possible that we can keep developing, keep taking those next steps, and without that flexibility we kind of bring ourselves down. Where we could probably be successful at that constant rate, at that consistent rate of wherever we're looking at, or just selling those goods. But the thing that is most important for us is being able to elevate ourselves. And if we have that constraint, we can't do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like we've always been willing that all the other companies have seen how successful we've been, and they've been willing to, or the other developers, I guess is a better word.
Yeah.
They've always been willing to see what we've done and just kind of put that, I guess in a good word, put that faith in us that we'll be able to keep doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, a question for you is like, is consistency and making like, like being safe, I guess is a good word with that, consistent rate of just those soft goods, or that opportunity or possibility that you could elevate yourself and be able to be more successful and bring in more revenue, what would you obviously take? And by what I've just heard from you, you guys seem like you're more on the consistent, constant rate.
Yeah, I mean, we take a lot of risk as developers. We take most of the risk, the lion's share of the risk. And so we want to make sure that our investments are safe and things like that. So we normally, even though it is a little sexier to have a big return, the other thing is that consistency is also, it's less attractive, but it's also something that can bring consistent profits and,
for sure.
and keeps us a little bit safe. But we're always willing to take a risk. So what kind of risks are you guys thinking about for us to take?
Not like any crazy risk, but we have thought of the possibility of subleasing. I don't know if you guys have thought about that.
Yeah, we did. We have. Right?
Yeah, you do. Okay. So we'd be thinking along the lines of being like, we'd love to set up some kind of deal with you guys to where we'd be there to help you guys establish, because I feel like discount would be a good attraction to kind of get you guys established there for a certain amount of time.
Totally.
And then obviously after a certain amount of time, I'd like to find out somewhere where we could be able to begin subleasing, because I don't want to be able to, like you guys said, skip out on you guys after 2 to 3 years. I just think that's disrespectful and just not, that's not showing your being a real man, let's just say that.
Yeah.
But, so if we were willing to do some kind of contract where we could do, I don't know, let's say a 9-year contract, and then after that 9 years we'd be able to have that kind of control or that flexibility to be able to sublease to somebody else and bring them in so that they can kind of do a different product. Because that consistency, it might die out after 9 or 10 years or something along those lines. Does that kind of make sense to you?
Yeah. And just so you know, like, we're, for the most part, like, unless it's totally something obscene, we're totally down to have you guys introduce, do your thing in your store.
Yeah.
What we're mostly worried about is just leaving or just taking advantage, because we're giving you a pretty good discount.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to take advantage of that discount per se. I don't want to like paint you as somebody that do that. That's why we gave you the discounts, because we know that discounts stores are gonna, they do things right. That's how they get where they are. That's how you guys got where you are, I would say. So, yeah, I mean, that's exactly something that we might be looking at.
Okay.
So maybe in addition we'll keep Article 22 the same, except in addition we'll just add on another clause that just talks something to the effect of you guys can have reasonable flexibility, and you can bring in a subletter after we need, and that's another thing too. We'll need to make it 10 years for our
that first contract.
Yeah, for that first,
or for that first lease,
clause. And then possibly after that, then you can bring on a subletter. It's just for financing purposes. The mutual fund wants to see that we can get a company at like discount for 10 years to just make it there.
I understand that. With that, bringing that, because I was really fixed on between 8 and 9 years for that first one.
Yeah.
Would you guys be willing to bring down that square footage rent to, I think we're at 562, would you be willing to bring it down a bit closer to like 520?
Yeah, I could do close to that. It's about the 529 point. That's as far as low. Like I can't haggle any more than that, but that's the best offer as we can give you for about that.
So that would be for that first 10 years, right?
Yes, sir.
And then I'm assuming that after those 10 years, you guys would be looking for something more or less. I don't know how you guys are going to work that out.
Yeah, it just depends on how much longer, like at that 10 years. Heck, if you do want to take off, then it can be the end of that. With maybe a little bit of a leaving price.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to sublease that spot, because the mall is in a great area, and I'm sure you have people asking to lease. So if that happens, then you can maybe sign on for another 10 years, and then we'll keep your rent the same, but just with the sublease, we'll bump up theirs closer to the lease that we're charging everybody else.
Which is?
So the lease that we're charging everybody else is about $10.53 per square foot.
Okay. So you said I'd have to tack on 10 more years after those 10 years to keep that same track. So to keep that at that 529.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if I was willing to drop it to, if we were willing to go to, let's say 7 years. Would you guys be able to bring me in? Obviously it'd be an increase in price on the square footage, but I would hoping that it wouldn't go above like $7.
Oh no, we could keep it. We could keep it if you extended another 7. We'll charge you guys for your square footage about that 6.
You think we could like maybe do like a 615?
We'd be moving closer to that 7 figure, so probably like the 6, like 670.
670? Could you meet me at 652?
We'll have to stay at that 670 probably. Yeah. Unless you want to extend years. If you want to extend years, then we can drop it down.
Under the same clause that you just.
I think the highest we could go on that would be 665.
665.
Is that something that you could make an adjustment to?
As long as it's within.
Possibly. Could you tack on an extra year?
As long as it's
no, like 7 years is our max right now. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. What other things do you think? Maybe we could work out some kind of like another kind of agreement, because I know it stinks. This is kind of what we've been at.
Yeah.
What about with your sublease? If you did get a sublease, could we tack on? Could we take some profit from that? And we'll keep your rent low to attract subleasing.
How low would you guys be willing to go?
I think we'd be willing to go, if you did another 7 years, we just raise it to 6 flat, and then we'd take about, like.
So this is 10 plus the 7, and you'd bring it down to 6.
Yeah, for the next 7 years. We bring it down to the 6 flat, and then we take, say like 20% of the, or not 20. We'll take about like 12% of the profit that you make off of the sublease. Yeah.
Would you guys be willing to drop to 7%?
To 7%?
You're right in that.
It just depends. So they'd be doing the $6 for the sublease.
So yeah, they'd be paying the same as us, the $6. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the 7% of that, I think we can make that happen.
Yeah? All right. Well, I think we have a deal. Do you want to write it up?
Yeah, I mean, just to outline it, we do.
So we said that first 10 year at 529.
That's right.
And then we said the 7 years afterwards at 6 flat. And then if I bring on a sublease, it'll be 7% of whatever their income is.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So I think.
Well,
I think
Troy,
we can make that work.
Think we can make that work. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.